Hello, this is Linda Binns with Harmony Inside and Out again, and I'm continuing with the introduction to Feng Shui. And today I want to start the conversation about various problem areas that we encounter in Feng Shui, certain areas within the home that are particularly challenging or can be from a Feng Shui perspective. So I want to talk about what these are and what you can do about them. So today we're going to be talking about bathrooms. And bathrooms obviously are an essential room in the house. We need bathrooms. But from a feng shui standpoint, they can be a little challenging. And the reason for that is, well, we know that feng shui in and of itself means wind and water. So water in feng shui represents energy. Water also represents money. And so obviously in a bathroom we have a lot of water, and so in the bathroom, because we have a lot of drains and we also have the toilet, flushing away, we have our water, our energy and our money, in other words, being flushed away and being drained away. So that's why it's particularly challenging. Now, so there are some general things that you need to be aware of with bathrooms, but also there are certain locations within the house that are more challenging than others, so we'll talk about those. And as I go through, I'm going to be explaining the things you can do to overcome these, but generally speaking, the locations that are considered to be challenging are if you have one or more bathrooms in the center of the house. And that's because the center of the house is the point where energy comes in and is then dispersed to all the rest of the house. And that includes, from a feng shui perspective, all areas of your life. Because your house represents your life. It's a mirror image reflection of everything that's going on in your life. So the center of the house is a really crucial part because it impacts all life areas. So when you have a bathroom in the center of the house, it tends to make you feel very tired, very lethargic, just not having much energy to do anything. Another challenging location is if you have a bathroom by your front door. And that is that you would see the bathroom immediately as you enter through the front door. And that's because the front door is the most important part of the house. Energy enters in through the front door, and then you have a bathroom which is draining energy, so it's causing that energy to drain away. Another challenging area is if you have a bathroom right next to a kitchen, so that would be sharing the wall with a kitchen, because the kitchen is associated with nourishment, preparation of food, so we don't want draining energy to impact that in a negative way. And the other area is in the far left corner of the house, and that's because in Feng Shui we work with something known as a bagua, which is an energy layout of the home, and the far left corner of the house represents the area of wealth and prosperity. Water, as I mentioned, also represents money, and so if you have a bathroom in that far left corner, it's even more challenging. So generally speaking, what you want to do with any bathroom, regardless of where it is you want to always keep the door closed if you possibly can, and keep the toilet seat down. When you have the toilet seat up, it just accentuates the draining and loss of energy, really. So you always want to keep that toilet seat down, door closed. I would also close the drains if you possibly can. Not essential, but if it's possible, you could keep the drains closed, and that would minimize the loss of energy as well. And some other things that you want to keep in mind with bathrooms generally are, first of all, because they already have a lot of water, you don't want to add more water. And the way you would add more water would be through the use of black or very, very dark colors. You can see in this bathroom, there are these kind of scrolls or swirls, and they are black. Also the shape, that kind of swirling shape, represents water. So it's adding a lot more water to a room that already has a lot of water in it. Mirrors also represent water, so we don't want to add a lot more mirrors to the bathroom. Of course, you need to have a mirror in the bathroom, and usually there's a big wall with a large mirror on it, which is fine because we do need that. But you don't want to bring in a lot more. Also, you don't want a lot of white and white represents metal, but what that does is it strengthens the water. Typically in the bathroom we have our toilet and our bathtub and the sink are usually white, so that's fine. I'm not saying don't have those the color white, but what you could do is you need to balance those things out, and I'm going to tell you how you can do that in a minute. So you also don't want to add things that are made of metal. So now let's look at some of the corrections. One of the main corrections that we use in a bathroom that's in one of these challenging areas is a round multifaceted crystal, and they look like this, and you can purchase them from any store that sells Feng Shui items. You can purchase them online. You can just look up Feng Shui crystal, and you would hang the crystal from a piece of red ribbon or thread that's 9 inches long. And the way you would use that, you can see in this bathroom, which is in the center of the house, you would hang the crystal simply from the ceiling. And what that does is it helps to disperse the energy, it helps to keep it moving, and so helps to minimize that real energy loss. It just keeps it circulating. So that's an essential if you have a bathroom in the center of the house. Another thing to do with a bathroom that's in one of these negative locations, so any of those locations that I mentioned, is to put a mirror on the outside of the door. It can be a full-length mirror like this one, doesn't have to be though. This particular bathroom is in a massage therapist's office, and it's located in the wealth area of that office, and so that's a particular reason for having the mirror on the outside of the door. There's also a crystal hanging on the inside. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a full-length mirror. It can simply be a small mirror like this one. This bathroom is in the center of the house. Other things that you want to do with bathrooms generally, but particularly if they're in one of those challenging areas, is to bring in the element of earth. The way you do that is you can use earthy color, like there is here. You can also use ceramic tile, that brings in the element of earth. Another good thing to do is to bring in plants, and you'll see this bathroom has a plant on top of the shower. It also has some flowers on a shelf. What plants do is they symbolize new growth, so they help to balance out that draining effect of the energy. And then if your bathroom does happen to be in that far left corner, which represents wealth, then you want to use really rich color. Make it a very rich, prosperous feeling bathroom, and that will help to lift the energy around it. And so those are some of the things that you can do with bathrooms. Just do the general recommendations that I made here, and you'll find that you'll minimize the energy loss and just really help the energy in your home a lot more.